Peace, it's Nile Waves, and today we are going to get into the most accurate IM Music Playboi Carti beat and melody tutorial on YouTube. And I know it's the most accurate one because I've heard some of these other tutorials and they sound nothing like what was on the album. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Nile Waves. I got placements with people like Lil Durk, Chris Brown, Lil Baby, and the only reason why I tell you that is so that you know when you come to this channel, you get something real, you get something authentic. I am not a YouTuber. I am a producer who sometimes makes YouTube videos. So let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna start off with the dark beat. We're gonna go with that Cardo type of sound. We're going to start off with this poly synth and Xenology. We're going to go to the piano roll and create our patterns. So that's going to be like our pad. What we have to do is we have to come over here to Xenology and then we have to add some things to it in order to get the vibe fastest. We're going to put a little distortion on it. Add this thing called Creme. I think this is a free plugin. I've been using it lately, but next thing we're going to do, add some vintage verb to it. And then we can add some EQ to take out the highs a little bit. And that's going to be our background sound that's just going to go throughout the whole beat. We got that dark vibe already. A lot of times when you want to make dark vibes, you want to play around with semitones. So you see this A going to the A sharp, E going to the F. All right, so to complete our melody, we're just gonna add this analog synth pluck from Xenology. The reason why we're only adding one more melody sound is because in the album, there really wasn't that much going on with some of the melodies, especially on the beats that Cardo produced. You know, they kept it fairly simple, but the beats just hit so hard. I'm just gonna copy that. Repeating patterns. You don't need to do too much. We're gonna add some Borealis to that, some reverb. I really like this reverb plugin. All right, now for the drums. So the first thing is you wanna get a good 808. This is not a Spins 808, but it sounds pretty hard. I think that some of you need to stop using that Spins 808, start using some other 808s. Unorthodox clap and snare patterns were very common on Carti's album. Add some perks. So as you can see, very simple, but effective, hard. Let's listen to it all together. Actually, you know what? I was just gonna let it play, but yo, we gotta add some variation to that second 808. Hold on. Watch. All right, it's time to get to the melodic part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with some basic triad chords. So we're on 153 BPM. I'm gonna use the same chord, but just bring this one up a semitone. It's gonna make it give it that R&B feel. And now we're gonna finish it off at the end. We're gonna go over to our mixer channel and we're gonna add some effects to it. So I'm gonna start off with an EQ. I just put it on the preset that kind of gives us that telephone, then add an effect rack, and that effect rack gives it a different sort of feel. So Limit Boy. Use your effects. They make a difference. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add some arcade, all right? We're gonna add a vocal sample. So that's our sample. what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a whole bunch of effects to it. So holla, vintage verb, got a little EQ here, we got a filter freak here, got another EQ here, another effect rack, straight tape. So this is what it sounds like with all the effects. This is how everything sounds like together. All right, let's get into the beat. All right, let's hit this 808. That's the beat. As you can see, pretty simple, not too much going on, but everything flows together. And that's the whole thing you want to be working on when you're working on beats for artists. It's not about how many sounds you can add. It's not about how crazy your beat sounds. It's about how everything comes together and provides a good space, you know, for the artist to actually come on and just do what they need to do. So if you're interested in making beats for artists or making beats at an industry level, make sure you hit the link in the pinned comment and in the description. Learn from me one-on-one, you know, to be a part of my coaching program, man, and to learn from, you know, someone who works with artists, someone who's in the field, someone who's getting these songs, and someone who has the ability to really put you on game about how to really produce for artists and not just produce to impress other producers. With that being said, let's listen to this beat. Yo, I gotta add some variation. I know I did it before, but every time I stop, I'm like, yo, let me add some variation. Ooh. My million man, he can't even come outside.